Chapter 7. The animals carried on as best as they could with the rebuilding of the windmill, but it was cruel work. They were always cold and usually hungry as well. In January, the corn ration was drastically reduced. For days at a time, the animals had nothing to eat but chaff and mangles. Starvation seemed to stare them in the face. The hens must surrender their eggs. The price of these will pay for enough grain and meal to keep the farm going. But the hens had not believed that it would really happen. To take our eggs now would be murder. For the first time since the expulsion of Jones, there was something resembling a rebellion. Their method was to fly up to the rafters and there lay their eggs, which smashed on the floor. Napoleon acted swiftly and ruthlessly. He ordered the hens' ration to be stopped. For 5 days the hens held out. Then they capitulated and went back to their nesting boxes. 9 hens had died in the meantime. In the early spring, an alarming thing was discovered. Snowball was secretly frequenting the farm by night. Every night he comes creeping and performs all kinds of mischief. They say he stole the corn, upset the milk pails, broke the eggs, trampled the seed beds. Whenever anything went wrong, it became usual to attribute it to Snowball. It seemed to them as though Snowball were some kind of an invisible influence, pervading the air about them and menacing them with all kinds of dangers. Comrades, a most terrible thing has been discovered. Snowball has sold himself to Frederick of Pinchfield Farm, who is even now plotting to attack us and take our farm away from us. Snowball is to act as his guide when the attack begins. But there is worse than that. Snowball was in league with Jones from the very start. It has all been proved by the documents which he left behind him. I do not believe that. Snowball fought bravely at the Battle of Cow's Shed. It is all written down in the secret documents. That was part of the arrangement. Our leader, Comrade Napoleon, has stated categorically that Snowball was Jones's agent from the very beginning. If Comrade Napoleon says it, it must be right. 4 days later, in the afternoon, Napoleon ordered all the animals to assemble in the yard. They all cowered silently in their places, seeming to know in advance that some terrible thing was about to happen. Napoleon uttered a high-pitched whimper. Immediately the dogs bounded forward, seized 4 pigs by the ear, and dragged them to Napoleon's feet. Confess your crimes. Yes, I have been secretly in touch with Snowball. He privately admitted to me that he's been Jones's secret agent for years. I collaborated with him in destroying the windmill. Does any other animal have anything to confess? Snowball appeared to us in a dream and incited us to disobey. I stole corn from the harvest. And so the tale of confessions and executions went on, until there was a pile of corpses lying before Napoleon's feet. When it was all over, the remaining animals crept away in a body. The air was heavy with the smell of blood. I do not understand it. I would not have believed that such things could happen on our farm.